Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 301. What your menu, coach? First of all, go to review the NHL Draft Lottery 2023. Then the result of the Montreal Canadiens during the NHL Draft 2023 last night. Finally, who the Montreal Canadiens are going to select for the first round pick they have for this upcoming NHL Draft 2023. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave me a comments about this episode. And let's dive in talking about the first subject of the day. The first subject of the day, guys, is a quick review of the NHL Draft Lottery 2023 with all the results. First of all, the winner of the NHL Draft are the Chicago Blackhawks. They are the first overall pick, are going to select for the NHL Draft 2023, and Nashville, June 28th. Chicago jump for the position third, all the way to the top, and they pass the Anaheim Ducks, are going to be number second, and the Columbus Blue Jackets are third. And the next NHL Draft, both of them drop for one position. Anaheim for the first, the second, and the Columbus to the second, to the third, and the Chicago Blackhawks are going to get, yes, Connor Bedard. It is what it is at the end of the day. And then finally, they have no chance from the position fourth all the way to the end, number 16. Each team, they're going to select exactly what it was the standing at the end of the regular season, 2022 and 2023. Not much drill until to the end. And again, we just want to mention the Chicago Blackhawks are the winner of the NHL Draft Lottery 2023. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me a comments about this first subject, and let's move on now, guys, for the second subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens result NHL Draft 2023. The odds for the Montreal was at 8.5%, and the Habs are going to select for the upcoming NHL Draft 5th overall pick. Maybe some of you are going to say, oh, Montreal did not win. And some of you say, oh, but wait a minute, they maybe not lose. What are you talking about, coach? But first of all, yes, you are right. Did not win position number 1 or number 2. But they stay number 5th. The chance to become number 6, 7 was bigger at the chance to stay at the position 5th or to be number 1 or number 2 overall pick. This is what's supposed to be for the Montreal Canadiens are going to select 5th overall pick in 2023 NHL Draft. Now, we already know that Montreal Canadiens owns the first round pick for the Florida Panthers. At that moment, if the Florida Panthers win against the Toronto Maple Leafs, now the Montreal Canadiens are going to select that pick between 29 to 32. If ever the Toronto Maple Leafs come back and they beat the Florida Panthers the next 4 games and they move on to the final conference or the Eastern Conference, now Montreal are going to select number 17. Last night, Ken Hughes did a press conference from Montreal, and he talked about different things. First of all, he talked about the Florida Panthers pick. One question asked him if he felt he could trade that pick like they did last year when they got Kirby Dach. He said, look, everything is possible. Who's going to see if there's a good thing for the Montreal Canadiens. Same situation with the pick number 5th overall. But he doubt if it's going to happening with that one. But he opened the door for any possibility he could trade the Florida Panthers pick during the NHL Draft in 2023. Then he talked about the Mitch Cobb situation. He said, look, this is really a special case. It's really unique. It's something we need to do better homework like anybody we did before. We need to figure out everything. We don't say we're not going to draft him. We're going to draft who is the best player at the board. One is going to be our selection. And one of them, if ever Mitch Cobb is there, we need to figure out who really is Mitch Cobb. It's not going to be easy, but we have to be sure we do our homework. And then he said, look, at the 5th overall pick, we're going to get a great hockey player. Whatever we're going to select, we know that player is going to be an amazing, great hockey player for the Montreal Canadiens for in the future. I would like to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about this subject. If you feel like it's going to be a great selection for the Montreal Canadiens. And let's move on now, guys, for my last subject of the day. My last subject of the day, guys, is about looking a little bit who the Montreal Canadiens could select as the pick number 5 in 2023. The Montreal Canadiens are looking for a player with characters, hockey sense, and compete. During the press conference yesterday, Ken Hughes, that is mentioned, and that's what the Montreal are looking for this NHL Draft upcoming in Nashville, June 28 and 29. Now, I feel like the Montreal Canadiens are going to have a selection between 3 players. I expect Bedard and Fantilli out already at position number 1, position number 2. That opened the door for number 3, number 4, and number 5 for the Montreal Canadiens. 2 of them are going to be out when the Montreal Canadiens are going to select that player. It could be CARLSSON, Michkov, or Smith on the board when the Montreal Canadiens are going to select, and I predict the Montreal Canadiens are going to select one of the 3. I don't see the rest like Devosky, Leonard, Benson, and more are going to jumping from position number 6 to 10 example to all the way to number 5. I don't see this going happening obviously for the Montreal Canadiens. So really their focusing is on 3 different players: CARLSSON, Michkov, and Will Smith. The Michkov is the best talent guys on the board after Connor Bedard. Can the Montreal Canadiens open the door or willing to select Michkov? If ever Michkov is on the board, one is going to be their selection at 5th overall. What you get with Michkov is very difficult because the problem you got with him is his contract already to the season 25th and 26. He's not going to be played with Montreal until 2026, 2027, so it's 4 years. Secondly, we're not sure if he's going to stay over there or coming right away to NHL. This is another problem. Nobody knows about this. And finally, the development. How the Montreal Canadiens are going to handle his development. One is going to be play in KHL. We know it's not easy. 3 difficulties the Montreal Canadiens are going to face if ever to select Michkov. Many teams are a little bit concerned about the 3 things I just talked about. It's possible. Some experts predict possible Michkov go all the way to 8, 9, or 10 for the upcoming NHL Draft. The Chicago, Anaheim, Columbus Blue Jackets, and San Jose Sharks. They are the position 1 to the 4 before Montreal Canadiens. I predict Bedard for Chicago, Fantilli for Anaheim. I'm going to surprise everybody. Columbus Blue Jackets with Smith. Why? Over CARLSSON. Smith is a natural center. CARLSSON does not play anymore as a center. For the last 2 years, he's most of the time play winger in the SHL. Will Smith have an amazing, great U18 tournament, and he have a great year with the Team National USA. And the GM of Columbus is not afraid to make some kind of splash at some time. And the Columbus need a natural center to play with Johnny Gaudreau. Obviously, for Smith, he have to go to the Boston University for next year. Obviously, for Columbus, they have to wait at minimum 1 year before Will Smith jump in the NHL. But I would not be surprised if the Columbus Blue Jackets select Will Smith over Leon CARLSSON. The San Jose Sharks, guys, are at the position they are not ready to get a player right away. They are far to be a good team in NHL. They have problem with the salary cap. They let it go Brent Burns last year. They tried to trade CARLSSON. And they have players like Couture and Marc-André Vlasic with a big contract on the salary cap. If ever they select Leo CARLSSON, CARLSSON is ready to come, possible to play this year. I think it would be benefit for him to wait 1 more year. The problem is San Jose, I think they are not ready for the next 2-3 years, and the prospects are not huge right now. And I think for the benefit of San Jose Sharks, maybe it would be better for them to go with Michkov. I would not be shocked. That opened the door, guys, to Leo CARLSSON for the Montreal Canadiens. Are you kidding me, coach? No. I think at that moment between Michkov, CARLSSON, and Smith, this is an automatic for Montreal Canadiens. Who is going to be selected before them? They're going to select one of them. CARLSSON is a left winger, another big 6'3", could play center at some point, but imagine Sakoski with him, Kirby Dak with him, 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", could become a great move for the Montreal Canadiens if ever Leo CARLSSON is available at the 5th overall pick. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me comments. Who do you think Montreal should select for the selection 5th overall pick in 2023? It does conclude, guys, all the subject I have for this episode. Here we go, guys. Another great episode of the Daily News. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Canadian Show, and leave me comments about this episode. And of course, remember, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.